to be honest, you can be taken advantage of on the pre-love market. You can get taken advantage of in a boutique. You can get taken advantage of being obsessed with handbags. And I think, you know, at the end of the day, buying bags is not that important. Just be aware of all the problems you can encounter so you can choose the right path for you. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jess. If you love shopping and handbag videos, please like and subscribe to my channel. Guys, let me know, do you prefer shopping directly from the boutique, or do you prefer shopping online for luxury goods, or do you prefer shopping vintage and pre-loved? I've definitely done all of these things. I've shopped online, I've shopped directly from the store, definitely bought a lot of pre-loved bags, but I feel like buying handbags has become a lot more complicated than it should be. These days, you've got the issues of the super fakes on the pre-love market. Recently, we had that whole drama with Cosette selling a mixture of authentic and fake bags, and I think a lot of us lost trust in these unauthorized sellers or smaller businesses which is selling a mix of designer brands at a discount. And there are many different companies like Cosette that are out there that are selling, you know, authentic bags at a discount, which for all we know could be also mixing in a few fakes and getting away with it, because Cosette got away with it for a really long time. And again, these were all allegations that were on a current affair. Everything I say is for entertainment purposes only, but I really feel like that was something that went on for a really long time, that went right over a lot of our heads, and it just makes me question who we can trust and where we can go to buy designer goods, and whether we shop online or on the smaller business website, whether it's really safe. And my personal opinion is that I feel like the safest place to buy luxury goods is directly from the official store. So whether it's Gucci, Saint Laurent, Chanel, Hermes, I really think it's the safest way to buy it is directly from the boutique, because there is a very small chance that someone's exchanged a super fake. I mean, I have heard of it happening, but it's an extremely small chance, as opposed to like a big online store that sells like a multiple amount of brands, that has a giant warehouse with people working in there, you know, exchanging things that are not overlooking them in as much detail. When you exchange something in an official boutique, usually the sales associate whose name it's under, Sally sold a bag to Mary. Well, when Mary comes back with her bag and receipt, it will say Sally's name on it, and then, you know, maybe one of the sales associates will be like, Sally, you have a return, and then Sally will look over the bag and say, okay, this is just, yeah, I can return this. So it's a little bit more controlled in a boutique, as opposed to, you know, like a big online retailer that sells a lot of bags. And there are also companies that are authorized resellers of designer bags and ones that are not authorized. So if there's a way you can research who's an authorized seller and who's not, I think you can have a little bit more trust in the authorized sellers. Obviously, some of these unauthorized sellers still sell authentic bags, but there is a chance, like, you know, some other brands, that they might have either people who have returned super fakes, or they are knowingly mixing in fakes and palming them off as real as well, which I know is extremely dodgy. But dodgy things happen, guys. Like, there might even be people out there who are hired to do these things with online sellers, like buy a whole lot of authentic bags and then send back super fakes. I mean, it's a no-brainer, right? And if you're making super fakes that are undetectable, well, yeah, it's an easy way to commit a crime, I guess, and it can be hard to control that. So I would be careful about buying on websites that are unauthorized, and I would say if you're, you know, really want to guarantee authenticity, I would go directly to the boutique. I also wanted to say that there is some cons to buying directly from the store as well, because the reason why I personally love shopping pre-loved is because I love buying styles that aren't necessarily available in the store anymore. I love buying styles that are heavily discounted. I like, you know, the hunt of the pre-love market, and that is something that I don't get from shopping in a boutique. That is more like a thrifty thing that is in me, and I find that there is a lot of complications shopping in the boutique as well. So there are cons to shopping in the boutique. I mean, the pro is 100% authentic, most likely 100% authentic. You get the service, you get the receipt. What kind of I don't like sometimes is that obviously very desirable bags or something that you wanted to get in the past that they don't have anymore, you can't buy it from the store. There's things that come out each season from these top brands that either you have to be a very valued and loyal client to be have the opportunity to buy these things, whether it's like, you know, a Tiffany collab Fendi baguette, or, you know, for example, a very desirable Louis Vuitton bag that is only for the VIP clients, or if it's a Birkin, like you need to be a, you know, a very loyal client to get the opportunity to buy these things. But, you know, if you shop on the pre-loved market, guys, for a small premium, you can get it as just an average Joe. So that's why I like the pre-loved market. Yes, there's a lot of resellers, people who are these, you know, elite clients who just sell off what they're offered in the store. And that's just the nature of the game, I guess. I think it's easier, it's more convenient to shop on the pre-loved market, but it's definitely higher risk. The pre-loved market is the riskiest way to shop. Even though I feel like you can find the best things, you can save a lot of money, it is so risky because I don't know if we can completely 100% guarantee the opinions of these authenticators online. Obviously, there's a lot of people who make money from authenticating, and I'm not saying that they're inaccurate, but no authentication service can be 100% accurate, and so you are taking a chance by buying a pre-loved item and getting an opinion of an authenticator. I would always advocate to get a few opinions just to be sure, because, you know, you never know. You can never really know if something is authentic unless you probably buy it directly from the store. And the fact is that these days the super fakes are getting really good, and a lot of authenticators cannot authenticate something until they see it physically in real life, which can be really hard to find an authenticator locally to you who will be able to detect these small details of designer bags. Yes, you could train yourself to be an authenticator and develop an obsession for handbags, but that takes many years of practice. It's something you can only really have unless you've seen a lot of handbags, and having access to all these handbags and seeing them in front of your eyes is maybe something you would only gain an eye for if you worked in a secondhand store, or if you worked at a designer boutique, or if you were somebody who collected a lot of bags. Like, I'm talking hundreds of bags and maybe just one brand. It is very hard to get knowledge of designer, like one designer brand, what the bag should look like, and thus authentication can be extremely difficult, especially in this day and age. And there's also a trend to buying super fakes these days, and unfortunately those super fakes have contaminated the pre-loved market, and it makes it unfortunate because it really does devalue all designer bags in general. And I have found that, you know, the pre-loved market at the moment, it's definitely, things are selling for less. I've noticed a lot of better deals compared to 2 years ago. And I don't necessarily think bags are an investment anymore like we used to see them as. I really think that you have to be very careful about what you buy these days, because resale value, you're not going to get as much money back. So, you know, the whole game of buying and selling might be just too stressful for you. So, yeah, I would say, like, honestly, from my experience, it's best to just buy the exact bags that you want. Like, really make a list of the exact bags that you want. Don't get too distracted. Don't overbuy things. Don't, you know, don't get your hopes up too much if, you know, there's a bag that you really want to get at the store but you can't get it because you're not a VIP or whatever. Yeah, get your dream bags, guys. Like, whatever way you can get them. If you can buy them directly from the store, I would buy them directly from the store. But if they're a really old season bag, or they're a very highly desirable bag, I think the pre-loved market is an option still, but I would just really get a few authentications on your bag, because yeah, I think as time goes by, it's going to be harder to navigate the pre-loved market, and it's something that it's getting really complicated. And I've said it a lot in my videos, and I know a lot of people are kind of thinking, like, what's the point of, like, stressing yourself out over buying a bag anymore? May as well just buy a fake bag. But I really don't really support that either. I don't really think that's the answer. Yeah, I think there is a way to shop, whether it's from the boutique or the pre-loved market, but yeah, it can be challenging and it can be stressful, which honestly luxury shouldn't be stressful, but I still have hope that you can, you know, buy nice authentic things in whatever way that you want to, but just be aware of what's out there and who you can trust, I guess, and just have your street smarts about you when you're buying bags, because, you know, you don't want to feel taken advantage of in any way. To be honest, you can be taken advantage of on the pre-love market. You can be taken advantage of in a boutique. You can get taken advantage of being obsessed with handbags. And I think, you know, at the end of the day, buying bags is not that important. Just be aware of all the problems you can encounter so you can choose the right path for you. So anyways, thanks for listening to my blabby video. Do you still trust shopping on the pre-love market, or would you only buy in the boutique? Let me know, and I'll talk to you guys on my next one. Bye!